That is overhaul, complete overhaul.
You really are putting a lot of eggs in a basket that may just crack. You got to admire the, for lack of a better term, cojones on someone to do that.
It has been a lot of fun, and I think you're completely right. All the needs have been met. From a strictly numbers standpoint, Auburn had 19 transfers out. They've had about 21 to 22 come in. Well, you know, you're in the positive there. So
right,
that's
numbers wise, yeah.
And I think all of those, you know, I'm not going to say all of them are upgrades, but I think all of them, you know, fill needs, and then some go above and beyond that and help you in the immediate right now, and have a chance to help you really have a good first year in the Freeze era. So I'm really excited about it. I am kind of bummed that the transfer portal for Auburn football is kind of closing now. It's closing across the board. It's time to get to summer workouts, but for Auburn, it looks like, you know, they've checked all the boxes they need to, and unless something magical falls into their lap, that this might be it. But it has been very fun. I completely agree with you.
And I just don't know what Trevon Reed's going to do with this time now. I mean, he's just been coming up with little funny gifs and, you know, little graphics to post every time he's got something, some juicy tidbit. I think I have him like when you can go to like social media and put like, I need all notifications from this individual, you know? I don't know what I'm going to get from Trevon now. With all his time he's going to have. I think the coaches, obviously, whether they're officially done or not, have earned a very well deserved time off, so to speak. There's really no time off for them because they have numbers wise, needs wise filled all of those positions. You kind of broke it down already, about 19 or however many was that were left, and 22 I think is the official number that have come in as a whole, and that's counting spring and winter additions as well. And in lieu of just kind of running through the whole list here, we could do that. That might get a little bit boring. I actually did that the other night on a separate live stream, but I would love to talk with you about maybe some ones that stick out. So is there something, an individual, a group in this transfer portal for Auburn football that really sticks out to you?
Yeah, it's a good question. The easy thing to say is Peyton Thorne stands out. I think that's going to be the one
and we're done.
Talk about a lot. Yeah, right. I think a big part of it too is, and I'm going to miss somebody, but we've now had Caleb Burton and Shane Hooks and
Nick Mardner.
Thank you, Nick Mardner. Is that the only three receivers?
I would be the three. If I'm at, that video's coming as of this recording tomorrow, so I'll have those numbers tomorrow. But I believe that's correct. I think
I'm just thinking of names that were kind of else floated out there, but
yes,
I think the receiver group we've talked about at length before. That this is a good group to kind of come alongside a young group that's already in Auburn, and help them kind of see what level of potential they can reach. Jair Shorter is the North Texas receiver I was missing.
There it was. I knew you. So, it was there. You just
yeah.
You know?
But his former teammate and now his current teammate, Larry Nixon III, also from North Texas, a linebacker. There's groups that, like we've already said, fill needs, but also have experience in big games and have played a lot of games that are going to help this Auburn team a lot, I think, who've been through a lot here over the last 3 or 4 years. So, you know, this is a team we talk about is full of numbers and full of, you know, needs that Auburn has, but it's also, you know, ranked. Well, we rank transfer portal classes now. I don't know how you do that, but all these recruiting sites rank high school classes and now portal classes. Everyone is pretty in agreement. This is a portal class that's a top 2 or 3 portal class in America. So, you know, this isn't just our orange and blue glasses saying this was an exceptionally well done job by this staff to go out and get quality players that help you right now. So, I couldn't be more excited, Kyle. Like it'll be, you know, we've talked about baseballs and golf and track and field are the last things going, but man, Auburn football will be here soon, and I'm excited to see a lot of these guys and get this ball kicked off.
Yeah, truly now it becomes the speculation game. And one thing that I don't want to be lost in all of this for Auburn fans is, you know, I'm starting to see this a lot, and I'm susceptible to it too. You are as well. That we're for sure dark horse. We're for sure. You know, like it's easy to go that route. And I think you can also still be so realistic that it's not fun. So I want us to find that happy medium where we need to recognize Auburn is in a place because of decisions I may or may not agree with, dating back 2-3 years ago. Not starting that again. That we don't.
No, I'm still hung up on the fact that you said we might be dark horses and we're having fun. So and this is the year then. Is that what I'm hearing?
This is the year. And we feeling good, and we might have fun.
A new offense.
But anyway, what I hope we do as fans, as the Auburn family, is recognize we need to have fun with this no matter what happens. This is a first year with so many new guys. It's one thing to change a regime. It's another thing to change a regime when you bring in 22 transfers to completely change over almost some sides of an offense or defense, but really whole units. The offensive line is completely changed over minus maybe one or two guys. Want to know a group that's completely changed over that I've just been thinking about a lot today specifically? The edge position. Yeah. Unless I'm wrong, there is not a single person left. Derek Hall, Iku Leota, Dylan Brooks transferred out, and I think there was maybe one or two guys that maybe still on the roster that could have played that role, so to speak, like a defensive end move over.
Sure.
But you've got 5 guys that you've just brought in, and those are completely brand new. So there's stories like that across this team that you can talk about. Pretty much the only group that I think is pretty much the same, minus maybe one, is the defensive back group, which was already pretty strong to begin with.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say there's a lot of interesting players to watch, new players specifically to watch this year, and just in general, how they can help each of these different position groups. So if you had to pick just one player from this transfer portal class that I'm going to go ahead and take the quarterback off the table because that's the easy answer. That's just the easy answer. I want you to pick one other player out there that you have got your eye on that you're most intrigued by.
It's probably Jair Shorter. Of course, I couldn't remember his name earlier, but I think it's probably Jair Shorter or Jalen McLeod, the edge rusher from App State, because those two are things that Auburn went looking for and got, and things that everyone was kind of mutually agreeing on. Players like that make Auburn better immediately, because of, like you said, either a loss of attrition from the draft or from graduation or transfers, or from they haven't been able to recruit that in a while, like a tall receiver like Shorter. So I'd probably say
tall receiver like Shorter.
Nice. That was good. I didn't even hear I said it. That was good.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's good. I one of those guys I think will be a one we're talking about still in fall. And that's what you want out of the portal, right? You want immediate impact, because those guys are proven, and you know that they have a spot on your team that can help you immediately. One very random tidbit, but I thought about it when you were talking about how we have 22 guys. Can you imagine having 50 new transfer portal entries like's going on in Colorado? Because that is overhaul, complete overhaul.
And see, here's the funny thing about that. I know we got to wrap up here, but that's the funny thing about this. People are like dogging Dion at one, and you can dog him in a sense that's like, man, you really are putting a lot of eggs in a basket that may just crack. But you got to admire the, for lack of a better term, cojones on someone to do that and to say this program is in such disarray. I don't care about if we crap the bed this season because there's no cohesion. We have got to change things over. To me, I listen, when the whole conversation about who should come here, Dion, Hugh Freeze, Lane Kiffin, when all that was going on, I was very clear that I did not prefer Dion, but that doesn't mean I don't like some of the things that he does and the way he kind of handles his business. Like, there are some things about Dion that I like, and that was one of the things. So to round it all back to Auburn stuff, you pointed and I pointed out, and you kind of reiterated the fact that it's hard enough to manage a program with a new regime, but with all this changeover, 50 makes it just,
oh gosh.
It gives me a headache just to think about it. So be thankful, Auburn fans, there's not that much.
No, absolutely. And it takes the individual. And I think, not to have our own Dion segment here, but that, you know, he was honest about that's what he was going to do, and he did it. So it's going to be interesting to watch. The portal has made college football so new and different. That is no different. So it will be definitely interesting to watch in Auburn and in Boulder, Colorado.